Now, a transaction will increase or decrease two or more elements of the above equation. A, यानी कि asset may increase and liability may increase. So if there is increase here and if there is increase here, equation will remain balanced, or vice versa. C may increase. See, C may increase and A may also increase. See, the effect will be in such a way, if C is increasing, either C should decrease or L should decrease or A should increase. Only then equation will remain balanced. Now look at these steps carefully. These steps that we need to follow. First step, identify which of the two or more elements are involved in a transaction. We have done maybe 6, 7 or 10 transactions yesterday. A transaction was there wherein we identified which of the two elements are being affected with that transaction. Check each one of them, increasing or decreasing. Then apply rules. This we did not talk about. This I'll explain to you now. What are the rules? Debit if assets if asset increases, means now we are converting these things into accounting language. We are assigning them these codes. You can say debit and credit. How do we assign? First step, we check what are those two elements. Second step, we check which one is increasing, which one is decreasing. Now, if the one which is increasing is asset, we will call it debit. If it is decreasing, we will call it credit. So that means with respect to each of these element of equation, there will be certain rules. What is this rule? This rule I have talked about only with respect to asset. If asset increases, we debit. We call it debit. We codify it as debit. And naturally, if asset decreases, it will be credited. Only one rule, or maybe you can say two rules, have been explained only with respect to asset. I repeat, in case asset is increasing, this you have already decided in step number 2, increasing or decreasing. And before that, you have already decided whether it was asset, liability, or what. So if asset is increasing, it is to be debited. If asset is decreasing, it is to be credited. Now, what should be the rule for capital? If capital increases, should you debit or you should credit?
So credit.
Credit.
Credit. Very good. Why credit? Because it is lying on the opposite side of equation. So therefore, whatever treatment you do with asset, opposite treatment will be done with the capital, because both of them lie on the same side of equation. Therefore, whatever is done with capital, same thing will be done with liability. So, or in effect, there are 6 rules, because increase and decrease, increase and decrease, increase and decrease with respect to 3 elements. But for the memory purposes, for remembering purposes, just remember one rule. And what is that one rule? Increase in asset is to be debited. By logic, decrease in asset will be credited. Whatever you have done with A, just do opposite with C and L. Initially, you will have some difficulty, but when you do it several times, automatically it will be saved in your mind, and you will not make any mistake. Just remembering one thing, that increase in asset is to be debited. So we now, having understood this, we move on. What do we do? What we shall do? We shall take a transaction. In the transaction, we will see what are the elements which are increasing. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. This is irritating. Some people are still trying to log in, and there are issues. It irritates. How many of them are there? Okay, this time around I'll do it, and then I'll ask them not to do. Just write your name in the chat box. It is it is to the disadvantage of several of you, because if the concentration is lost, everything is lost. We have certain plan in our mind, and then only we proceed. Your name is here. All right. So I was explaining to you that we will take up the transactions, and once we take up the transactions, what is it? If we take up the transaction, we will see increasing or decreasing, and accordingly we'll proceed. Okay. Now look at the next slide. Unless we have some clarification to seek here. At this stage, if you wish to know something, do let me know. If not, I'll explain to you how do we actually record. How do we go about recording business transactions using accounting equation? There are two methods. One is accounting equation. The other one is kind of accounts. I'll take up kinds of accounts later. First, I am explaining to you with the help of accounting equation. If you look at the second slide, in this slide, I have actually analyzed the transaction. Let us say first transaction. Started business with cash rupees 100,000. For I have written here all the 5 elements: asset, capital, liability, expense, revenue, and one more column for the remark. When business is started, there will be two effects. What are those two effects? One is increase in asset, the other is increase in capital. Because they are on the opposite side of equation. Increase in asset is I have written here, increase in capital I have written here. You see the equation is balanced. I'll take up the issue of debit and credit soon after this, but as one step, it is just about making sure that our equation is balanced. When you start business, your cash is increasing and your capital is increasing. Any question here? Yes, please. Is there any question or should I proceed?
No, sir. Proceed.
Excuse, sir.
Yes.
So basically, we have to fill only a few columns, not all the columns.
No, depending on, okay, depending on the transaction. For example, in the first transaction, there is an effect on asset and capital. So we have mentioned the amounts below them. In case there was an effect on liability, we would have written the amount below liability. If there was an effect on expenses, we would have written here. If there was an effect on revenue, we would have written here. There will be nothing beyond these 5: asset, capital, liability, expenses, and revenues. So relevant column we have mentioned. Before I proceed, let me ask you a question here. Let me ask you a question here. Just 1 second. Still people are making a request. It is 8, 10, 8, 10. How are people, saying that they were in at 8:02 when there are people who have joined long before? Now, the question that I was asking you was, you have analyzed it like this: transaction number 1, that is serial number 1. Which of the accounting convention is guiding you here? Can anyone tell me which?
So matching.
Okay, any other answer?
Duality.
Sorry?
Duality.
Duality. Duality. Any other answer? Okay, let me make this question slightly simpler. Assume that it is a sole trader business. Is this a normal shops and all that you see around? So the man has started business. He has put in cash. So how does it become capital?
Materiality concept.
Materiality. What is material here, or what is immaterial?
Inventory.
Inventory. What there was no concept, perhaps inventory.
Sir, entity, sir.
Entity. Likewise, there are about 10-12 concepts we have discussed. If each one of you decides to answer one, then naturally one will be correct. Okay, I'll tell you the correct answer, and at the same time, I would advise all of you to refresh the those concepts that we have talked about in detail 2, 3, 4, 5 days before. Write them again and again. Read from the books. In fact, I have already prepared the material to be uploaded, but for some reason I will not be able to do it before Monday. It is ready on my in my mail. I need to upload them on the website. There are certain issues for which I am withholding it. So I'll be able to.
Excuse me, sir. I meant to say money measurement concept.
No, not at all. It is the entity concept, business entity concept. Here, because rupees are same, 1 lakh rupees, if you count them, they are same. At one time, you are writing them, right? You are considering them as an asset. Another time, you are calling it as a capital. So this is because of business entity concept. A businessman is considered as an agent of business. He carries on everything on behalf of business. So this asset is equal to capital when the business is started. Because of the entity concept, we are considering same amount as asset. It is the person's money which he has put into business. It becomes a capital. All right. We take second transaction. Deposited 20,000 rupees in bank. What is happening? Look at this transaction. Asset is decreasing. What is the asset which is decreasing? Cash. Asset is increasing. What is increasing? What is the name? It is the bank balance. We may write the name of a bank here. If there are several banks operated by the individual businessmen, we can write SBI, PNB, etc. So if you look at these two transactions at the same time, in first transaction, one effect was there on asset, the other effect was there on capital. In second transaction, both effects are there on asset. One is increasing, the other one is decreasing. So balance equation will be balanced. Now I'm writing something in the chat box that you have to just read it, not necessarily answer now. Answer it later or think of it. No, don't even answer in the chat box. Answer them separately. So the question that I'm writing with respect to this thing. Sometime asset is increasing, sometime see asset. I think it will take time. I'll post it on in the group. What I wish to ask from you. Now look at the third transaction. I am moving the slide. Third transaction. What we have written? Purchase goods for sale for rupees 30,000. Purchase goods for sale for rupees 30,000 for cash. It could be on credit also. So one thing which is pretty clear, cash is your asset which is decreasing. So one effect is that asset is decreasing by rupees 30,000. What is the second effect? Second effect is your capital is decreasing. Why is capital decreasing? Because purchase of goods for sale is an expense. And what is the name of that expense? Purchases. Because expenses reduce capital, that we have decided earlier in the earlier slide. Look at this. Expenses reduce capital. I should have written it somewhere here. Revenue increase capital, expenses decrease capital. So purchase of good expense and expenses are reducing your capital. Therefore, we have written under the heading of expenses purchase. So minus 30 on one side, minus 30 on the other side, equation will remain balanced.
So
Then yes, please.
we are purchasing the goods. Why isn't the asset increasing?
Good. Are you from commerce?
No, sir.
No. Fine. See, otherwise it would have been slightly easier. Suppose we write here asset increase and asset decrease. Assume that we write here. How do you calculate profit? What is the formula for calculating profit? Leave accounting. Just look at the classes that you might have attended, 6th, 7th standard. How do you calculate profit? Profit is equal to
SP minus CP.
Yes, that's very true. You say it loudly, very authentically. SP minus CP. Sales price minus purchase price. Cost price. Okay. Or we can say sales minus purchase is equal to profit or loss. If you treat goods as asset, then asset plus asset minus will lead you nothing. How will you calculate profit? Every time purchase of goods is taken as asset. You keep on adding every purchases. Every time you take it as, therefore, purchase is considered as expense, sales is considered as revenue, and when the two are summarized and difference is calculated, the resultant figure would be our profit or loss. That is why we are considering it as capital, not as an asset.
But sir, in the fourth example, we are considering furniture as an asset, and we are including them in.
Good question. What is the difference between buying goods and buying furniture? In both the cases, cash is going out and something is coming in, isn't it? Still there's a difference between the two, very serious difference, very important difference. Suppose suppose a company is in the business of buying and selling books. So if it buys books, it becomes its goods. If it buys furniture, it is furniture. So the company which is into buying and selling books, it has bought furniture, and next day, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, the price of that furniture goes up very high. Will it sell that furniture? Yes or no? No, not at all. But if tomorrow the prices of books go up, will it sell books or not?
Yes.
Yes. That means anything that you buy for the purpose of sale, for the purpose of immediate sale, or which is your core business, considered as purchases or is classified as purchases, and anything other than that you buy which last long, fixed assets like building furniture, laptops, fans, etc., that becomes your asset. It depends on what kind of a business a company is in. So if it buys the same thing to resell, it is purchase. If it buys any other thing, it is an asset. Depends on the, if a company dealing in medicines purchases a car, it is an asset. If Maruti Udyog Limited purchases several cars and sells, it is not an asset, it is goods that it is buying and selling. Is the difference clear now?
Yes, sir.
All right. We take next transaction. Do you notice any mistake here on this?
Sir.
Yes. What is the error?
Yes, sir. Sir, in point 3, if we put this transaction into accounting equation, then our stock will increase.
We are not concerned with the stock every
Then,
day.
sir, how?
We are concerned. Okay, we are concerned with the stock only at the end of accounting period. We find out how many units were bought, how many units were sold during the year, how many units are remaining. Then only we'll do something with the stock. Right now, if you buy goods for resale or for selling it, it is your purchase. And you buy anything other than that, which may be a long-term asset, it is your asset, will not be recorded as an expense, will be recorded as increase in asset. Now, do you find any error on the screen which is in front of you? All right. I have been asking you, perhaps 2-3 times I have asked you, you should be physically present here on the screen. At the same time, you should be mentally also alert. Otherwise, it will make no use if you are simply looking and, maybe your mind is somewhere else. There is a glaring error on the sheet, on the screen,
Sir,
and it's
30,000 should be positive
no.
on assets.
Very simple. What should this figure be where the cursor is there as on right now?
Question number 4, example 4.
So simple. You should have pointed out the next figure should be 4. Likewise, now also, okay, likewise, there may be some common errors, not hardcore accounting errors, which you may not be able to find out. Naturally, you have not gone to that stage. But at times, there may be some total mistake. For example, I'm writing here +6. I mean, at least that you should be able to identify. Fine. Let me explain to you now this fourth transaction. What does this fourth transaction say? Purchase furniture for rupees 10,000 for cash, for rupees 20,000 by check, and rupees 30,000 on credit from Indian Furniture Store. In all, you are buying furniture for rupees 60,000. Let us assume that this company is not into furniture business. This company is into any business other than selling and buying furnitures. So it has bought furniture for rupees 60,000. So what will be various effects? First effect is that its asset will increase by rupees 60,000. Any doubt here? Not at all. Asset is increasing by 60,000. And what is the name of that asset? Name of that asset is furniture. What is second effect? For rupees 10,000 in cash, that means your cash balance by rupees 10,000 will be reduced. So your asset is decreasing by 10,000. And what is the name of that asset? Cash. What will be the third effect? Because you are buying worth rupees 20,000 in the form of check. That is, you are paying to the furniture seller a check. So your bank balance will reduce. What is bank balance? Again, it is your asset. If it is your asset, so again 20,000 will reduce. And what is the name of that asset? Bank balance. Before I take up this fourth D, are these three steps clear to you, or any one of you has got any doubt in these three steps? Y minus 60,000, Y minus 10,000, Y minus 20,000 on asset side.
Sir, 10 and 20,000 should be reduced from capital side.
Why capital? See, again look at the earlier slide. Capital will reduce only if there are expenses. Buying furniture is an expense or it is an asset. When you buy furniture, what is it? Asset or
Asset.
asset. Therefore your asset will reduce in the form of cash, and your asset has already increased in the form of furniture by this much, because you have bought that much of furniture. Similarly, you are paying 20,000 in the form of check, your cash balance will reduce. Now you are buying furniture for rupees 30,000 in the on credit from Indian Furniture Store. What will be its effect? When you buy something on credit, your liability increases. And what is the head? Liability is, name of the liability is Indian Furniture Store. It is a creditor. So we are writing IFS as creditors. So your liability is increasing. I'll repeat. In all, you bought furniture for rupees 60,000. So your asset by 60,000 has increased. This is the name of asset. You paid cash, your asset has decreased by this amount. You paid by check, your asset has decreased by this much of amount. You bought it on credit, your liability is increased. Now look at the entire table and see if the equation is equal or not. Minus 10 minus 20 plus 60. So it will be equal to plus 30. So plus 30 on one side, plus 30 on the other side, equation is balance.
Sir,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes.
If we are paying with check, is it is similar to crediting?
What
Because
crediting?
there is no, sir, there is no immediate transaction.
No, there is immediate transaction, because the moment you pay check, it is assumed that the money will be taken out of your bank, if not today, then tomorrow. Suppose somebody purchases, somebody purchases from you, and you receive a check from him. What do you do with that check?
So deposit in bank.
In the bank today, or maybe after 1 month.
So there's a possibility if he
Okay.
says that I don't have balance in my account now, and I am signing you a check for a date 1 month later, then
Only if it is written that it is post dated, or it will be done after 1 month. But there's a concept in the accounting called cash basis and accrual basis. Cash or accrual. In India, in fact everywhere in the rest of the world also, accounts are being maintained on accrual basis. Accrual basis says that irrespective of actual receipt of cash or actual payment of cash, the moment transaction is complete, it should be recorded. It should be recorded. So the moment somebody has given you a check, it is assumed it will be deposited. We will increase our bank balance. We will decrease our bank balance. Suppose you have issued a check, you have given a check, you bought something and you gave check. So you will consider that you have made payment, because the person will deposit, if not today, maybe after 1 month, doesn't matter. But we will calculate it as our expense, we will calculate it as our liability, we will assume it as if it has happened. This is what the accrual system demands. So with respect to this 20,000 rupees, it is under the assumption of accrual that money will be taken out of our bank whenever the person wants, or whenever we have told him, you deposit this check after 1 month, I don't have money. But we will show it in the record, because the transaction is complete. Consider the concept that we have talked about, revenue recognition. The moment transaction is complete, we will record. Any other question?
Sir, can you please explain buying on credit?
If you buy on credit, The moment you reach a stage where goods have been received, you record. Doesn't matter when you will pay, when will he receive, these are all not important. What is important? The transaction is complete. The moment transaction is complete, it will be recorded in the books of account. If it is on credit, your liability is increasing. If it is for cash, your asset is decreasing. So this will be recorded like this, which is shown in the sheet. Thereafter, when the payment is made, naturally on next day after 1 month, 2 months, you will make payment to Indian Furniture Store. Then your cash will decrease and your liability will also decrease. So this is how you do it.
So,
Yes.
so in the second transaction, is that an example of duality concept?
Duality is applicable everywhere. Minimum 2 effect. But you are
So
referring
in
to
the second transaction, yes, sir.
second deposited cash in bank. Yes, duality you can say, because there are 2 effects of every transaction. There are 2 effects of every transaction.
But they are both of assets, so
Doesn't matter. Both can be asset, one can be asset, one can be liability, it doesn't matter. But minimum 2 effects are there. Both can increase. Some at times one can increase, one can decrease. At times, both can increase. At times one increases, the other decreases. So the combination can go on.
okay, sir.
Okay. Then we take another transaction. Sold goods for rupees 50,000. How are we selling it? 10,000 for cash, 15,000 we are receiving a check, and for 25,000 we are selling on credit. So first effect is we are selling goods. Like purchase we consider it as an expense, so sales we are considering as revenue. Because of revenue, our capital will increase. Our capital will increase by 50,000 because of revenue. So I have written here under the heading of revenue. Now you are paying, you are receiving cash. Your cash is increasing. Your asset is increasing. You are receiving a check. Your bank balance is increasing. And 25,000 on credit. What is this? The person who will pay you in future is your asset, and name of that asset is debtor. A specific name is XYZ. So your asset is increasing in the form of cash, asset is increasing in the form of bank balance, asset is increasing in the form of debtor. So 10 plus 15 plus 25 is 50. 50 is equal to 50. 50 on one side and 50 on the other side. Equation is balanced. Or maybe of the one that you will be doing it. So here, just once here, we will just, in case you have any question, because today your class is to be over at 8:40. So there are certain issues for which I'll be leaving a bit earlier, and I'll compensate this shortage of time sometimes later. Because there is some emergency for which I'll be leaving, so I'll take up this and complete it sometimes later. So this time you can quit, and we'll meet hopefully on Monday in the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.